Boys and girls, for our Readers Workshop Day 2, we are going to do another nonfiction book introduction. And you may recognize this slide from yesterday. It talks about what is fiction. Fiction books are made up by the author and are not true. What is nonfiction? Nonfiction books are about real things, people, animals, events, and places. Here's a comparison, fiction, nonfiction. So we'll just go back and forth. Fiction, not real. Nonfiction, real. Fiction has story talk. Nonfiction is fact talk. Fiction books you read to enjoy. Nonfiction books you read to learn. Fiction books you need to read in order. Nonfiction books you don't. You can read in any order. Fiction books have illustrations. Nonfiction books have photographs, charts, and graphs. Fiction books have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Nonfiction books have a table of contents. Fiction books have characters and a setting, problem, and a solution. Nonfiction books have an index, a glossary, bold words, labels, and true information directions. Let's remember that nonfiction books have certain text features to help you learn all about the topic. We have already learned about the table of contents and the glossary. Today we're going to focus on two more text features, headings and keywords. A heading, the title of the page and what you will be learning in that part of the book. Okay, so when there's a heading and where you see the two orange arrows, that's the heading all about fish. It's the title of the page and it tells you what you're going to be learning about in that part of the book. Keyword. Okay, so words in the text that are important. They can be bold, italics, or a different color. So you can see in this page that the word fish, brackish water, gills, and temperature are in red. Okay, they're also in italics, so you know that those are some important words to focus on. Okay, so yesterday we read about caterpillars and butterflies. Today, we are going to explore a nonfiction book about elephants. All right, so we will scooch you down here and I will read the book Elephants to you. Now keep in mind we're focusing or looking for table of contents, nonfiction, glossary, heading, and keywords. Those are some of the things that we've learned about. Okay, so here we go. Here's our table of contents. Chapter 1, all about elephants. That'll be on page 4. Your turn, page 14. Chapter 2, families, on page 16. Your turn, on page 24. Chapter 3, body parts. You'll learn about that on page 26. Your turn, on page 36. Chapter 4, what elephants need, will be found on page 38. Your turn, on page 44. And where elephants live, we'll read about that on page 46. Chapter 1, all about elephants. An elephant is the biggest animal that lives on land. An adult elephant is much bigger than a truck and can weigh up to 14,000 pounds. A baby elephant is bigger than an adult cheetah. It eats a lot and grows more every day. There are two kinds of elephants, African elephants and Asian elephants. Although they have the same body parts, there are some differences. Did you notice that the word same was in bold? They are not the same size. African elephants are bigger. And here are two labels, Asian elephant, African elephant. So we noticed keywords and labels on this page. An Asian elephant has a rounder head with a large bump on top. Not all Asian elephants have tusks, but all African elephants do. An elephant's tusk is like a large tooth. It grows as the elephant gets older. So there's a bold word again. That's a key word, large. Here's a label pointing to the tusk. African elephants live in deserts and plains where the temperature is very warm. They have big ears and wrinkly skin with many lines and folds. Do you see the bold word on this page? Wrinkly. It's hot here. Wrinkly skin and big ears help. They let heat leave the elephant's body. So here's a label by this photograph, and it says it's a close-up picture of elephant's skin. Asian elephants live in shady jungles where there are plenty of trees and leaves. Their skin is smooth and their ears are small. Okay, here's a keyword, shady. It isn't very hot in the shady jungle. Asian elephants don't need special body parts to stay cool. All right, here's a your turn. Look at the elephants and point to the body parts. Then say which is the African elephant and which is the Asian elephant. How do you know? Here's the word bank, tusk, head, ears, and skin. Chapter 2, Families. Elephants live in family groups called herds. The oldest mother is the leader, but there are other females in the herd too. Babies rest with their mothers. Other elephants make a circle around them. That keeps them safe. Okay, there's one of our key words, mothers. As the baby elephant grows, the females in the herd continue to take care of it. They protect the baby from danger. A baby elephant can get stuck in mud. The female elephants pull the baby out. There's a key word, female. A baby elephant is called a calf. It stays safe by holding on tightly to an older female's tail. The calf stays close to the herd so it doesn't get lost. The herd often travels in a line. A calf holds on to the tail in front. When a male elephant gets older, he leaves the herd. Female calves stay with the herd. Some male elephants live alone. Some live with other males. Do you see the key word in bold? Male. Okay, now it's your turn. Read the words under each line. Choose the word that finishes each sentence. Tell about elephant families. So here we have female, calf, male, and mother. The leader of the herd is the oldest. Is it mother or calf? Mother. Very good. Now we have to choose female or male. Blank elephants sometimes live by themselves. Is it the male or the female? The male. Good job. Older blank elephants help take care of the, is it older calf or older female? Older female elephants help take care of the males or the calves? Calves. Chapter 3, Body Parts. Elephants use their big ears like fans to cool off when it's hot. They wave their ears to create a breeze. They also wave their ears at insects. Then the insects fly away. When elephants sense danger, they hold out their ears to make themselves look bigger. This frightens their enemies. Lions see the elephant's big ears. They are afraid. They run away. Trunks are useful. They're like very long noses, but they can do much more than smell things. Elephants use them to scoop food and spray water into their mouths. Elephants like to swim. They use their trunks to breathe while underwater. Okay, there's a key word, trunks. Elephants also use their trunks to communicate in different ways. A mother wraps her trunk around her baby like a hug. Young elephants use their trunks to say hello. Then they play. All right, here we go. Now we have some labels again. African elephant, Asian elephant. Elephants have fingers on the ends of their trunks. African elephants have 2 fingers, and they use them to grasp. Asian elephants have only 1 finger, and they use it to scoop. Elephants pick up small leaves and fruit with their fingers. That's new learning to Mrs. Van Dyke. I did not know that. Your turn. Look what an elephant does. How do you do these things? How do you scratch your back? Look what the elephant does. Here they are eating, staying cool, and keeping flies away. Think about how you do that differently than the elephant. Chapter 4. What elephants need. Since elephants are so large, they need to eat a lot. Hungry elephants spend many hours every day searching for food. Elephants wake up early to find food. They can eat up to 18 hours each day. And the word food is one of our key words. It's in bold. Elephants are herbivores, which means they eat plants and not meat. They like to eat grass, leaves, and roots. Sometimes there isn't grass. Elephants pull down small trees. Then they can eat the leaves. Elephants need to drink a lot of water too. Although the herd travels to find food, elephants remember where the water holes are. The herd returns to the water. Here they drink, splash, and play. Your turn. Elephants eat plants, not meat. Do you eat meat or plants or both? Tell which of these foods come from plants. Okay, so take a look. Which one comes from a plant? You have burger, tomato, fish, lettuce, and potatoes. Where elephants live. All right, so here's a big map. There are approximately 470,000 African elephants in the wild, living in 37 countries south of the Sahara. There are about 50,000 Asian elephants living in 13 countries throughout Asia. The elephant population has been in decline. That means it's going away. But many organizations are working hard to save them. So you can take a look at the map here. Here, the green is where the Asian elephants are over here in Asia. And the purple is where the African elephants are in Africa. All right. So now what I'll have you do in Seesaw is I will have you go back and answer the same question that you answered yesterday about the caterpillars. What are some things we learned about elephants from the book? Well, we learned elephants are the biggest animal that lives on land. They live in family groups called herds. There are 2 kinds of elephants, African and Asian, and they use their big ears to cool off. So now I want you to answer what other facts you learned. And this slide will be in Seesaw for you to record or type your answer.